Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Reed, and I've been around sales now for over 30 years. And one of the things that we know that in sales, you're going to have to deal with some objections. Objections about price, objections about features and benefits, objections about the competition, things that can make or break the deal. Now, why is this a moment when video can be a powerful tool to help us handle objections? Well, let's imagine a scenario. You've prepared a proposal for a customer. You've sent that to them and they've read through it, and now they've drafted you an email that you're reading. And in the email, they've outlined some things that clearly you're going to have to answer, some objections that have come up along the way. Now, the most common thing that we would do is we would draft a response and send it to them, addressing each one of the issues step by step. The problem is that objections are emotionally charged issues. There's something underneath the what that really gets to the core of the why the customer is objecting about this. So for instance, sometimes when the customer objects about price, it really means that they don't understand the value of your solution and why they should be willing to pay the price for it. So that's an emotionally charged issue. And often the customer is looking for a way to do business with you, but they can't find it because there's something that is standing in their way, and it gets surfaced as an objection. So how do we handle this in a different way instead of just sending the email? Well, the problem with just sending the email is that we're relying on the words that we choose to be received and read in the way that we intend them to be. But what we don't understand is that the customer is filtering this through the emotions that they're feeling about the issue and even what their mood is at the time that they're reading your email response. And look, we've all had this happen to us where we've sent a response to an email that we've received, or we've sent a message to someone and they've read it and internalized it in a totally different way than we intended. And we just can't risk that when we're talking about sales objections. So video is something that is going to help us remove that risk and help make sure that what we intend is communicated really, really well. The receiver of the message now has contextual clues that help make sure that their interpretation is correct. There's body language, there's tonality, there's just the warmth in our tone. And when we're handling objections, the key thing we want to do is not dig our heels in. The key thing that we want to do is to show confidence, that we're calm, and above all, that we're looking for ways to arrive at a win-win solution. And sometimes you just can't get that by the written word alone. That's why video can be extremely powerful as a way to address objections that are going to come up throughout your sales cycle. I'm going to give you an example of one that I actually ran into as a salesperson and I remember really well. So check out my example, and I look forward to seeing yours. Hi, Joe. Steve here. I just wanted to take a few minutes here to respond to the email that you sent me with your proposal feedback. First of all, it looks like there's a lot of reasons for us to work together, and there's a lot of common ground, and I'm appreciative of that. But I do want to address the issue and your concern around pricing. Well, first of all, I know pricing is a big deal. We have to consider it in everything that we purchase here as well. We have to operate a business, and there are price constraints. There are things we can do and things we can't do, and I know it's the same for you too. We also have to think about this when we price our solution to our customers. And I'm sure you do the same thing when you price your solutions to your customers. There are margins we have to operate within, and that all goes to our ability to ensure that when we do business with you, you're going to get the outcome that you care about. And that really is the outcome that you're buying. So let me explain a little bit about why our price is going to be higher than what you've been quoted by another provider. The most important thing is that we understand that a project of this complexity there's a lot of moving parts, And it requires us to bring a team to bear to make sure that things go really, really well. So we've got a team behind us that is going to be able to be there and be dedicated to your onboarding, to your training, to the configuration and customization of the software tools, and to make sure that before we hand this thing off, that it is working exactly the way that it needs to work inside of your organization. It's a highly configurable tool, and that's why we have a team behind us who provides all of that support. What we don't do is to give you a bare bones solution that we expect you to figure out how to implement and customize on your own. This is a guided service that gets you to success. And then in an ongoing way, because we're going to be in business with each other for several years, we want to be there with a team that can be responsive, that can grow as you grow. And as new people are added, that we're always catching people up to speed with refresher training and anything else that you need from us. And that's why our price is going to be higher than what you've been quoted. And frankly, I just do not want to sell you something at a price that we can't support your full success. So we can't get there on that. We can't get there on the raw price. But I do think there are ways that we can look at how we do our billing terms and maybe some other flexibility that we have, even possibly in shrinking the size of the project to begin with, and then adding things as we continue to go along so that we fit within a budget you can spend right now. But let's have a conversation about those things. Let's open that dialogue, because I highly value the opportunity to work with you. And I think we're the right solution to get you where you want to be. Let's try to get together this week. I put some times down in the email that are available for me. Let's choose one of those if it works for you, so we can talk this over. Looking forward to it, and thank you so much. And that's the assignment for this week. I want you to go ahead and create a short video that addresses a common objection that you might run into as a salesperson.